Good morning, Year 3 Amber. Mr. Goodall here. I hope you had a good day so far. Today in this maths lesson we will be comparing non-unit fractions. Our LI for this lesson is to compare non-unit fractions. Please pause the video whilst you copy this LI down. So first of all, we will be drawing bar models and shading them in to give a representation of what fraction of that bar model has been taken, and then we'll be comparing the biggest fraction of those bar models to the smallest. So what we have here are 4 bar charts. So each of them is a different fraction, and different parts of the models have been shaded in. So what I'm going to ask you to do is match these 4 fractions that you see here to these bar charts. So for example here, this one is 3/4. Let's see how you do on the rest of these bar charts. Please pause the video here whilst you attempt these questions. Right, so this bar chart here represents 2/3. As you can see, there's 3 boxes on this bar chart, and 2 of these 3 boxes have been shaded in. This one here is 3/8. There's 8 spaces, 3 of them have been shaded in. And this one here is 2/10, as there's 10 spaces, 2 of them have been shaded in. If you got any of these right, very well done indeed. So what we're going to do now is write which one the biggest is. So the biggest fraction is, and the smallest fraction is. So I'd like you to have a go at saying which fraction's biggest and which fraction is smallest. So the biggest fraction is 3/4. Smallest fraction, 2/10. So one way to have worked it out would have been to see which part of these bar graphs are shaded and which bar graph has the most shading in it. So if you've got 3/4 for biggest, 2/10 for smallest, very, very well done indeed. So here we have some pie charts. For our first question, John eats 1/2 of this pizza, Derek eats 2/6. How much is left? So this pizza is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices. So you might be asking yourself, what is 1/2 doing there if this pie chart is split into 6? Well, as we learned, 3/6 is 1/2 of 6/6. So we're going to shade this in for our half. So that's how much John has eaten. Now, Derek has eaten 2/6. So we're going to shade 2/6 in, like so, and see how many we have left, which is the one that's not shaded. So we have 1/6 left for this pie chart. So using the same method of working out, please have a go at the rest of these pie charts. So Bobby eats 3/4 of this pizza, Sal eats 1/8. How much is left? So this pizza is split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices. So 3/4 of 8 would be 6/8, because this is split into 8s rather than quarters, and double 3 is 6 and double 4 is 8. So let's shade in our 3/4. Sal eats only 1/8 of this pizza, so let's shade in this 1/8. So how much is left? 1/8. So here we have ourselves an omelette, which is split into tenths. So Brian eats 1/2 of this omelette, Dave eats 2/10. How much is left? So when we circle half, you could just think of this line here and shade one side of this for a half, because that is a half. So now we have 2/10. So let's shade these tenths in. That's what Dave ate. And here we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3/10 left of this omelette. So for our final question, Janet eats 3/4 of this chocolate cake. Debbie has 2/12. How much is left? So let's start off this by shading in a half. So 6 out of these 12s. And now let's shade what is the equivalent of a quarter. So that's how much Janet's eaten. So we have 2/12 left. So let's shade those in. And how many slices are we left with? 1. So there's 1/12. If you got any of these right, very, very well done indeed. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson on non-unit fractions. If you have any questions, please send them in to year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk along with your work. I look forward to seeing your work and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.